I'm going to take this opportunity today to tell you the story of what it feels like to have balls. Balls, a very personal male story. Do you think I can do it? And if there is an owner of an actual set of balls standing next to me, should they tell the story? Consider it. Companies right now are investing billions in shaping the way we see things through stories. In short, advertising is shaping the way we think through their stories. I'm not here today to tell you there is anything wrong with that. I have been producing ads for many years, and I actually love how ads can have impact on the way we see the world and do good. Who is actually telling us these stories? An example. A global makeup brand makes a campaign about the story of a woman's journey through to old age and her relationship with her own image. In short, what it feels like to be a woman. I hear the voiceover, it goes, all these questions we women ask ourselves. Is it my body? Am I getting old? Will somebody love this face? Wait, I have never said that, and no one I know has, but I'm thinking it now. Will somebody love this face is in my consciousness, and it's starting to shape and influence how I shape my story. It may come as a surprise to you that this ad was directed by a man. And in the course of shaping things behind the camera, he went on to make some changes to the copy, initially written by a woman creative. The result paints a picture of insecurity, and the solution to this insecurity is to fall in love with one's own beauty. No doubt, and to be fair, the brand's directive. But no one behind the camera pushed back on this. The brand found an ally in a director whose story it isn't. Her story, his lens. The campaign went on to get much praise, so many likes and positive press. He told us what it's like growing up as a woman. Yeah. The brand got lauded and for moving the needle and celebrating women's power. By not questioning the messaging, we let them. I'm not here today to single out this particular brand or that male director for accepting the job. The concept and system of her story, his lens, is so normalized that it simply may never even cross the male director's mind to say no. It's funny, right? If I'm about to tell you what it feels like to have balls. In fact, it's perfectly normal for a male director to be invited to tell a woman's very personal story to a global audience. What it feels like to have balls, it lands in your inbox. You are a dude. You reply, I got this. A large part of the industry doesn't see a problem. They're too invested. It truly is a collective blind spot. Now, this isn't the isolated story of man versus woman, nor am I saying that a woman should never tell a man's story, or vice versa. It's more than that. Let's look a bit deeper. If you are talking to Black people about their experience in racism, You'd hire a black director, no? A dating app didn't think so. They hired an entire white crew to talk to people of color about their experience with racism. You're making a campaign wanting to empower Middle Eastern hijab-wearing Muslim women and their amazing feats and successes in professional sports. You hire a Middle Eastern Muslim women director to talk to them, to give the lens through which to view this story, no? A huge global sports brand didn't think so. Why not hire a Muslim director? Just do it. And it's not like there isn't any, directors available or great talent around. Great stories are being made everywhere. There really is no need to keep the collective experience and their lived-in experience out of stories that brands tell. And you know what? It's not just these really deeply personal stories that brands tell us these days. Although you gotta admit that we should at least get these. It is in fact more so about whether diverse groups are getting the opportunity to tell the other stories that brands tell as well, the ones that shape our society. This is not the case at all. Men directed 94% of the awarded 266 awards at the British Arrows Advertising Awards. 96% of the Super Bowl ads in America in 2020, of all of them, were directed by men. Of the best work of 2020, per the APA in the UK, none were directed by people of color. 85% by men. It's just that simple. No matter what anyone says, diversity behind the lens is lacking. With our collective demands for diversity in front of the camera, the optics at least are getting great. So, because for the public, it's been so invisible what happens behind the camera, the demand has simply not been there. Okay, so why do we care? Besides our, collective and general desire for diversity having met its tipping point this year, it's more than that. It's actually the way we see messages and receive them. Up to 10,000 times a day, ads tell each and every one of us what is good, what is acceptable, what is not. It is the way we meet the concepts and the objects in our world, and who is giving us the lens through which to view them. Take cars. Historically, right? They have been, let's say, directed by 99% by white men, right? So you see speed, tight curves, a really handsome man behind the wheel, no problem there. But given all this, it might give you a certain, what cars are all about, who they belong to, who they appeal to. Now, rewind. See all of them with women drivers, directed by women. I guarantee you her lens will see the car different. Don't stop there. Imagine we had more diverse opinions about what cars are all about who is and who isn't a good and capable driver, about, who can legally drive. Just because we demanded diversity of who shapes the story of cars. Pretty cool, right? Get this. A woman pioneered the automobile. Her name was Bertha Benz. That German car giant made a story and a commercial about her life. She believed in herself. They made it with a man. Seriously, who is questioning advertising? And what is the solution to all of this? There is a system and a process that maintains the status quo that urgently needs to change. It is nearly impossible to get the client's trust if you do not have a body of acclaimed work on your reel. What this means is, if you haven't gotten big advertising jobs before, like women and people of color, you will not get them in the future. You simply won't. It's that simple, and that's the system. Big budget directors are shaping the way we think. They have awards, the patterns, the formulas in which to keep us thinking the way we do. Clients think there is a trade-off between diversity and excellence. Despite a myriad of great efforts, the industry lags. There are millions of stories being told every day, and we can create a broader understanding of what storytelling could be. We must make space for new narratives. As an audience, we do not want to be brainwashed. We want advertising that we can feel good about, that is trustworthy, authentic, and entertaining. Demand that you see the credits. Demand transparency of the process. Be conscious of what you are seeing and what is influencing you. Appreciate brands that do good. There are many great progresses to be made, and actually the optics are helping a lot. But the industry, the advertising industry, is tiptoeing in private around these systemic issues. Make them public. I no longer feel vulnerable to call these out. Award underrepresented creators with all types of stories, including those that matter. Their stories will change global consciousness. You have to trust they got this.